This is a strange place to meet someone, isn't it?
Ga met dogs. Doggy. Hallo en welkom bij nummer 6 van Grimtales, The Vengeance. Nu, omdat ik vorige keer zo hard in de war was met de familierelaties, dacht ik ga dat eens opzoeken. Dus blijkbaar zijn wij Anna Gray. Dus mijn vraag viel van, oké, Louisa is ook een Gray, dus haar man is gewoon bij ons ingetrouwd. Ik dacht dat die een Gray noemde. Want die noemde ook John Gray. Ik dacht dat de Gray-familie was. Maar blijkbaar dus niet, want wij zijn geboren bij Richard en Anastasia Gray. En nu, wij spelen, zoals ik al dacht, de eerste game was mid-20s. En nu zijn we tussen de begin 30, mid-20, mid-40, maar waarschijnlijk meer naar de 40 toe. Aangezien dat we al redelijk wat games hebben gedaan. Ja, ik heb ook nu dingen gezien, een paar, zeg het eens, spoilers, die ik niet ga zeggen. Maar ik kan al wel zeggen dat we pas haar naam gaan te weten komen in de 8e game, maar omdat ik het nu heb opgezocht. Maar het gaat pas vanaf de 8e zijn dat we echt weten van dat ze Anna heet. Via Richard zitten we wel met een ancient line of wizards and warlocks. Dus vandaar dat we toch magie hebben. Dus via haar vaders lijn hebben we magie. Wat eigenlijk is echt vorige keer... Ah ja, maar we zijn toen de mirrors binnengegaan zonder echt veel problemen te hebben. We zijn niet corrupt geworden of zo. Dus misschien daardoor. En vanaf Wacht, hè. En we gaan haar in haar zelf zien. Wanneer was het? In de 8e game gaan we haar zien. En gaan we haar voor de eerste keer echt zien. En Threads of Dynasty. Nee, die komt nog. Nee, dus ik was even naar John Gray gaan kijken. En pas in Grimtales Threads of Dynasty leren we ook dat wij de Grays zijn. Dus John Gray en Louisa Gray, allebei Grays, geen familie van elkaar. En Jackie, die van de vorige game, komt ook nog terug. Dus het gaat in de familie blijven. Daar heb ik nog niet op gedrukt. Oh. Oké. Ik ben te veel spoilers aan het zien. We gaan meteen verder naar de 6e installment. Want er zijn er nog heel veel. Ja? Er zijn er momenteel 26 uitgegeven. En nummer 27 zit in zijn beta. Dus we gaan nog veel mogen doen. Maar without further ado, want ik blijf anders babbelen, gaan we Grim Tales The Vengeance.
Aunt Gray, it's me, your nephew, James. It's Elizabeth. She's gone, and this is so hard. They think I killed her. Aunt Gray, you know me. I wouldn't do this. Please, I need your help.
Ja, kitty cat. En we zitten terug met het dagboek, dat is leuk. My peaceful evening was shattered by horrible news. Our family has been hit with a double misfortune. My niece, Elizabeth McGray, was killed, and her brother James accused of vermoord. En nu snap ik niet waarom dat het McGray wordt. Is dat omdat we naar Ierland zijn gegaan? Ik ga heel even zoeken terug aan, want... Dus... Ik zou eens gewoon de family tree van de Grays moeten nog opzoeken. En dat zo eens achteraan plakken. En dan zien en dan zo uitlichten wie dat we allemaal hebben gehad. En ja, maar dit kunnen ook verre nichten en neven zijn, zoals cousins. Ja, ik noem mijn neefje ook neefje. Maar eigenlijk is dat geen neefje. Dat is veel verder familie van mij. Dat is mijn vader en zijn vader waren neven. En nu zijn een groep kwijt. Die is ergens aan het spelen. Nou, die deur is dicht, ja. Today is the hearing of the case over the murder of an Elizabeth McGray. The defendant is James McGray, the brother of the victim. Miss Gray, the aunt of the McGray siblings, should take part in the hearing. Lockpick. Dear Mrs. Gray, due to the ongoing time of James McGray, accused of the murder of his sister Elizabeth McGray, the city court is summoning you as a witness to the courtroom. Waarom is dit van Brandon en John? Het is toch niet John, hè? Het is toch James? Toch al.
Entrance into the courtroom is restricted to participants in the trial. Do you have a subpoena?
Yes. Thanks.
Oh, I should have recognized you at once, Miss Gray. I'm honored to meet you. This must be so hard for you, losing your niece, and now her brother's accused of the murder. They say people will do anything for a fortune, but this, my heart goes out to you. Here we are. Please, come in.
Okay, oh. Just
Ms. Gray, your reputation precedes you. Your ability to pick up the memories of key objects will serve us well in this case. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Judge Adderley, and this is Mr. Kendall, the prosecuting counsel. This is Mr. Johnson, counsel for the defense. As you know, your nephew James has been charged with the murder of his sister Elizabeth. He pleads not guilty. Your role is not to judge the case, but to provide us with insight. We've collected physical evidence for you to peruse. Use whatever best gives you connection to the case.
Ja, heel even. Ik hoor bijna niks. Nee, het is...
Auntie, it's me, Jack.
Ja, dat is van de vorige game. Handcuffs. Magnifier. Dat is heel raar. A photo of the family castle I found among the evidence helped me enter Elizabeth's memories. Now I can start looking for real evidence that will clear up the situation. Okay. Cute. Dat is bijna een twee. Doontje. Ja, Doontje is wel goed. A witness the scene I witnessed in the foyer is odd. It seems like Elizabeth had a fight that day. He looks angry. My niece is obviously frustrated with something. Sorry man, dat avondje is grappig.
If one of the heirs should die, the entire estate shall be awarded to the surviving heir without delay.
It wasn't long before James and I found our parents' legacy plans. I was first in line to inherit, with James after me. I can't say whether or not it was fair, but it was my parents' wishes.
Ja. Ik heb daarop geduwd. Yes, maar ik moet hier verder doen. The book I found states that after Elizabeth, James is the inheritor of the estate. To the court, it should be a legitimate motive. Ik zou niet toch nog een keer goed dat doen.
You've gone too far. You must be stopped.
Oké, dan was ik iets vergeten. Oké, de water. Dat gaat het vuur recht over. Tada! Oh nee, wacht. Ik heb een hint nodig. Ah, hier. Wil ik zelfs nog niet eens zien liggen. Oké. Zo. Mm. Ja, dat moet niet staan. Ja. Ik kan een bottle-opener krijgen, denk ik. Lijkt op een pincusje, hè? Hier, pincusje. Oh, toch een ranch. James?
James has loved dogs ever since he was a little boy, but I was always afraid of them. We're so different sometimes. It's hard to believe we're brother and sister. James learned to use a dog whistle, and his dogs obeyed him well. There was a young girl who used to laugh when he used his command voice.
Alleen. Forensics as Elizabeth was pushed from the cliff by the family's Doberman pinchers. Now find the dog whistle engraved with James' name, implying he trained them. Zie je wat? Geen standbeeld van de geest. The ancestor of the Grey family was obsessed with money and gained its wealth by fraud and deception. Wacht. Huh? Ik wel. Snip me? Okay. Nou, ik heb hier nog de klok niet bekeken. Ik denk dat ik dan hier alles heb gedaan, want daar kan ik niet aan. Ik hoor ook voor die uniek. Waarom heb ik wolf en bear? Zit dit onder? En daar is Bob terug. hebben ook morphing objects om te verzamelen. Zitten hier eens morphing objects? Hmm. Hmm. Want je blijft gooien. No chuck. Ah. Oh, ja. Wacht, hier. Oké, wat moet ik doen? Place all the dominoes end to end so they form a figure 8. Dominoes match. What? Ik snap hem niet. Ik snap hem echt niet. Ik snap niet wat ik moet doen. Want je kunt niks verplaatsen. Wat nodig? Austin Gray's son, Arthur was a well-known hunter. On one outing, he accidentally shot his huntsman, who later died. Ik weet het niet. Nee, ik weet wel wat ik kan zijn. Zo. Dat had ik in gedachten. Dan kunnen we nu terug naar hier. Nee, dat is gunpowder. Een powder flask. Take this weapon and I vow to use it to protect my land from anyone who dares to attack it.
I'm sure James will never forget the day Father gave him his gun. My brother was never happier. James vowed to always protect our family. It's an old-fashioned sentiment, but my family values tradition.
My next clue is a black set stating, with this weapon I vow to protect my land from any and all attacks, which means James wants to protect his family as opposed to eliminating it. Ja, maar dat gaan ze niet zien als goed. Okay. Ik weet ook niet wat een ouwel is. Maar daar. Toch niet.
You better leave this place while you still can.
Nee, dan is niet deze. Silver McRae started memories with the man known and didn't love her husband. She never got on with her mother-in-law. Weet je wat, we gaan die op het einde nog eens overlopen en dan nog eens bekijken. truth. Dolhead. Hier. Oké, we zijn klaar hier. En
Mama.
ik vind het wel goed dat die er mee opkwamen. Ja. Binnen. Dear Elizabeth, I believe something evil is happening inside our home. But don't be scared, I will protect you. No matter what happens, I won't let any danger befall you. Love, James.
My dear brother always loved amusing me. He made me feel like he was the older sibling whenever he brought me gifts, as if I were his little sister.
Mayor's diary. The postcard I discovered in Elizabeth's journal moved me. I saw James protecting his sister, and these words only strengthened my belief in my nephew's innocence. Goed. Something weird is happening. I heard steps and a stuffed bear tried to attack me. My only guess is that the chasm is ancient enough to have ghosts and spirits of its own. Ja. Precies geen vinden. Hebben we dit allemaal? Ik denk dat we er bijna zijn voor het eerste deel. Hè? Pap, pap. Ja, voor die een lamp in brand te steken. Oké. Je kunt die eruit trekken.
Family heirlooms are important to long-standing lineages like ours. This ring has been handed down in our family for generations. It was once lost for a time, but then the ring was recovered.
Banner belonged to our close relatives, the Maxwell family. It's a mystery what's it doing here, but I've written it down just in case it might be helpful.
This is your whistle, correct?
Yes, I use it to train my dogs. My father gave me that gun as a gift. I vowed then and there always to protect my family and my home, not harm them.
Tell me, what is the significance of this?
I found the book open to that page. I don't know where it came from. It says I'm next in line after Elizabeth, but I didn't kill her. The fortune doesn't mean as much to me as she does. I never... I would never hurt my sister. This isn't my ring. I didn't do it.
Loading.
I'm not guilty. Aunt Gray, I have a feeling this ring will lead you to the truth.
We zijn een stukje terug in de tijd. I see James is desperate. The ring he gave me helped to enter his memory. It should be the day when our relative and Elizabeth's close friend Catherine Maxwell came to the castle. Oh nee. Ik denk dat ik al een beetje weet hoe dat in elkaar zit. Maar als hij scared is of dogs, hoe komt het dat ze dan beschermd wordt door één hondje? Wat is dat? Een drill, oké. Machete. Charles met een lovely girl who couldn't get an air. Wacht, was dat een schildpad? Ja. Deze 4? Nee, 2. 9. 5. Hello, Catherine. Just imagine what. Final lezen.
Of course I was upset. How could Elizabeth just throw away her birthright? I don't want it. I've no love for the castle. I'd rather make my own way.
It's clear now. James and Elizabeth were actually arguing over the inheritance. But what's important, James wanted to dissuade his sister from transferring to him. Dus dat ik nog niet kon lezen. Ik dacht niet dat ik genoeg zou hebben. Oh nee. Ja, omdat je al ooit boven zelf waart. Waarom heb ik in godsnaam dynamite nodig? This is the true owner of the ring. It makes my senses were right about James' innocence. Ah, volksamulet. Dat was hier.
Catherine could charm the bark out of any dog. Our Dobermans hung on her every word, ready to obey. I begged Catherine to teach me her method. Any skills I have are because of her.
Oh. Oh. I didn't know Catherine was keen on training dogs. Turns out she was the one to get James interested. Dat is wel niet goed. Ik heb nog altijd niks. Ah, kijk, ik heb die. Dat had ik niet gezien. Oeps. I always wanted to draw, but unfortunately. Machete. The stone gargoyle came to life right before my eyes. The ghost of the castle may wish to impede me. James needs my help. So, needs must. Ah, ben toch door. Ah, mijn ding is niet meer. Maar deze is wel not there to hurt you. James cared for his sister. He knew she was afraid of wild animals and gave her this little whistle to help her feel brave. Nu ga ik die... Eigenlijk zeg nog wel... Ik zeg over. Nog. Look at this solar system symbol. Solar system node. It's been ages since my astronomy class. Oh, wacht. Ik heb dat zo lang vast dat ik het nog niet eens wist. Ah, dat is zo'n puzzel. Oh, ik haat deze. Nee, dan moet ik eerst nog opzoeken. Oké. Welk is. En dan de goede zo'n. Gaan we dus eerlijk gezegd niet doen. We gaan het skip verpakken. Er zijn terug geen Steam achievements, dus ja. Drawing on one of the columns caught my attention. It looks like a Pluto puzzle. Keeping it in my diary is probably a good idea. Yes, my dear, it's a good idea.
Catherine and Elizabeth squabbled constantly, but surprisingly, they were very close. They competed and argued over everything. One time, over a teddy bear.
Oh yeah? One day this castle will be all mine.
Hmm. In spite of the fact that Elizabeth and Catherine were close friends, they had fights. Hmm. Fuse is catch. Thank you. Nee, ik heb zo'n 3. Ja, maar wacht. Dat is een Maxwell. Twee. Beneden, op. Op. Wacht hè. Beneden, beneden, op. Op, beneden, beneden. We gaan het proberen hè. Beneden, beneden, op. Beneden, op, op. Oké, dat is gelukt. Dat is even moeilijk. Waar is de piepje? No piepje. Kom aan, waar is de roop? Ja. Had ik niet gezien. Had ik echt nooit niet gezien. Was dat ik deze moest doen. En 2, 3. En 2. Zet het. En dan kan ik hier het slot. Wacht. Crowbar. Ah ja. Crowbar. Misschien helpt een beetje. Waarom is ik hier nog? Ah. I keep seeing strange things in the castle. How could the bear attack me, especially a toy one? And I bet I saw a ghost in the office. I found James in the office, reviewing a document in his own handwriting. He appears uncomfortable with any possibility of inheriting the estate. Statement of renouncing inheritance. I, James McRae, renounce claim on the inheritance of the family Blackrock Castle in favor of my sister, Elizabeth McRae.
I refused to let Elizabeth throw her life away, so I visited our lawyer. He tried to talk me out of it, but I signed away my claim to the inheritance. I did the right thing.
Yep, motive is out of the window. That's quite a surprise. James legally rejected his claim to the inheritance. The judge must see this. Ik snap hem niet. In the secret clove behind the office, I found a heraldic armor, but the mural on the wall is damaged. Ja, ik heb die ergens gezien. Waar? Precies toch niet hier? Just hier. Ik kan nog heel even wachten. Nee, hier moet ik staan. Ik moet nog één bewijs hebben, hè? Ah ja, ik moet eerst kazen. Maar hier zou ik nog iets moeten doen. I restored the tapestry and found a new discovery. I knew Catherine was our closer relative, but she's next to inherit after James and Elizabeth.
One day, we uncovered a secret room with our family tree. That's when we learned Catherine was our close relative. Our parents confirmed it, and we couldn't have been happier. Since then, we've always considered Catherine as our sister.
Now I have the evidence that should prove James innocent. What troubles me is that Catherine becomes the first suspect in the case. Wel, voordat we dat naar de judge geven, ga ik heel even naar beneden mijn was doen. Tot zo. Oké, ik ben terug voor een kwartiertje. Zowel.
The evidence you have presented may be enough to acquit James McGray, but in light of this new evidence, the court now summons Catherine Maxwell to the stand.
I didn't kill Elizabeth, but I know who did. You may think I'm crazy, but it's the truth. Please, I want to help.
Nog een ander kasteel. Waar zijn we? Die tower. Huh? Yeah. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know anymore how much I can bear. Elizabeth and James are in great danger. I must find out about the ghosts pursuing me. It's their only chance. Dit is precies die Die een zoon van een ander. Catherine claims to see a ghost. Could it be the same one that is following me from the start of my investigation? I should keep searching. Meow. Kijk. Kan ik niet zo naar boven gaan? Dacht ik toch? Yep. Ja, zit er water in? Nee, er zit geen water in.
I took this picture the day I moved in, but I didn't develop it right away. Once I did and I saw what it contained, I was so afraid.
The ghost pursuing me belongs to my grandfather, Edward Maxwell, who was a dark horse in the family. We only knew that he was Charles Maxwell's bastard, whose legal wife didn't bring in any heirs. There's an ominous silhouette in the picture. What belongs to the ghost? I must get to the bottom of this. Thanks to the pages from Catherine's diary, things are becoming more clear. Edward is Catherine's grandfather. Nou is toch gezien dat hier geen statue staat. Allemaal geen object. Golden key. Is toch wel niet beter? Als een eerste. Waarom heb ik het nodig? Manhole ring. Ik heb nog geen enkele manhole ring. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Boho. One day, Charles brought a little boy home. The kid was gloomy, short-spoken, and looked around with angry eyes. Charles announced that the boy was his son. We never knew his mother, though. Judging by these notes, Charles' wife was barren. Charles brought home Edward one day, claiming him as his son. No one dared to mention his bastard statue for fear of banishment. It's got a base. Is nou een stuk mis. Ah, ik heb het alweer. Oeps. helpen. You banish me from the family. That's not the end of our story. I swear my vengeance will find you.
My parents never spoke about my grandfather. From what I've heard, he was driven out for doing something horrible. No one has seen him since.
Wacht dan. Dat is de naam van de game. Ja, ik moest heel lang nadenken. Maar eigenlijk niet meer op. Ah, we hebben nog een sleutel nodig. I found a picture with Edward's stunt. You exiled me from the family, but this is not the end. I swear that my vengeance will find you and your descendants. A very important piece of evidence. En ik ga nog eens heel even naar mijn was. Want het was juist gewoon van cycle wisselen. Nu moet ik even gaan hersteken. Dus het gaat iets langer duren. Sorry daarvoor. Tot zo! Oké, ik ben terug. Ik ga alleen nog mijn wekker nog eens zetten. Ah nee. Hup. En start. Zo. Pam. Heen, want ik weet het niet meer. Hadden dat we iets moeten doen? Aha. Nee, wacht. Stielrot zal deze zijn. Klein skutterpaard, finally. En de diamond. Oh nee, ze komt het er niet op. Het kroon was echt puntje per puntje. Nu komt het niet meer op. Jammer. Dus deze twee. Allereerst gaan we deze wegsteken, dan aan mijn plaats vrij. En dan kunnen we naar boven gaan naar de liefdoor. Naar de liefdoor. Alex, a gambler, put his family on the verge of destruction through death's birth of a daughter, helped him abandon the habit. A handle without a hook. Heb ik ook een hoek? Nee. Winnie. Het zal waarschijnlijk zijn dat ik het op dom moet vinden. Dat komt hier van pas. To Edwin from Edward?
This pendant once belonged to my grandmother, Edward's wife. But one morning, I found it beside my bed. I knew it was from him.
The missing pendant has been returned is good, but I can't forget the engraving. To Catherine from Edward. It seems like additional proof of the ghost's presence. Ja, dat je op de achtergrond hoort is mijn microgolf, maar katsoep opgewarmd. Ik wil eerst deze doen. Waar hebben we een parel gezien? Oké. Ik hoop één ding dat hem niet is overgelopen. Hij is overgelopen. Ja, mijn soep is momenteel meer balkjes dan soep. Ik ben die gaan halen in de grote markt bij ons in de buurt. En ja, dat was echt meer soep dan balkjes. Balkjes dan soep. Dus nu ook, ik heb daar nu 3 dagen van gegeten. Dat is mijn laatste gat. Mijn balkjes zijn niet onder mijn soep. Hè? Dus vandaar dat ik wist dat het waarschijnlijk ging overlopen. Wat gaan we hiermee doen? Kijk, mop. Drop. Ja, ik ga deze eerst doen. Want anders, ik ken mezelf, dan laat ik dat liggen, dan is dat opgedroogd helemaal en dan kan dat niet meer proper. Het duurt te lang even proper te maken. En nu is het zo goed als proper. Ja, proper. Want het is mijn kerst met een hele oven is proper maken. Met een hele microgolf is proper maken. Hij is vuil. Dit potje nog en dan kunnen we verder. We zitten nog maar in de helft van het verhaal. We zijn al 2 uur bezig. Oké, we hebben een parel gekregen, maar van waar komt de parel? Yes. Nee, hier kan niet. Dat kan ook niet. Ja. Ja, en ik wil die colors doen, maar dat gaat nog niet. Edward never got on well with his cousin William Gray. Their child arguments grew together with them. Edward believed the Maxwell branch was stronger and should survive, while William simply avoided conflicts. Okay. Edward didn't get along with his brother William McRae. Their arguments continued from childhood into their adult life. Looks like Edward was the troublemaker. Nee, het is not hier. Nee, het is niet. There are rumors in our family about an ancient amulet capable of supernatural power. They say it was once broken into pieces and lost. One day Edward came to the castle and invited William to go hunting. William happened to see this step of conciliation agreed. However, Edward's plan wasn't about hunting animals. Catherine's diary. Edward believed that the Maxwell was stronger and driving side of the family, while the Greys deserved to disappear. One day, Edward invited William to hunting. Dat was nog een beetje warm. Oh. Hier is het vliegtuig. Oké, zo is het. We moeten hier kleurtjes mixen. Cookies. Waarom heb ik in godsnaam cookies nodig? Moet het palet? Ah, dat was het. Ik snap hem niet. Wacht. Ik snap hem niet. Pop. Nee, nu snap ik hem wel een beetje. Niet helemaal, maar ja. Oké. Ik heb geel nodig en ik heb... Oké, ik was gewoon aan het doen. Ik dacht van, oké, ik wil maar erop gooien. Maar blijkbaar was het met instructies. Oké, en dan paars hier komen te liggen. En dan oranje. Hier komen liggen. Dan moet ik daar. Samen met deze. Maar ik heb nog geen dol. Dus vraagtekens, vraagtekens, vraagtekens. Ja. Doing the hunt, Edward attempted to kill William, hoping to finally become the only heir to the McGray's fortune. But one of the servants saw it and knocked out the gun. William only got a scratch while Edward was exiled from family forever. Edward tried to kill his brother, but fortunately servants overheard and William was rescued. Nee, dat moet ik niet helemaal. Molly Maxwell was always a good-looking and charming woman, but the features set her on the wrong path and she ran away with a married man. Ja, ik heb ze allemaal. Dat betekent dat er nog één iemand komt. Dat er nog één herinnering moet zijn. Waar heb ik dat teken weer al gezien? Nee. Ik heb dat ergens gezien. Nee. Nee. Hier zo. Catherine refused to help and I'm going to...
It's all my fault. I was scared. I didn't think anyone would believe me. Is this really the end?
Catherine refused to help and I'm going to do this all on my own then. Elizabeth will be dead and her brother will be accused of her murder. The castle will finally get back to the Maxwells, its legal holders. Edward Maxwell. More important evidence appears in Edward's letter to Catherine. Why announces his plan. Elizabeth is dead by murder and jailed by execution. Dat is hij waarschijnlijk. They say the influence of the amulet on someone outside the family is an unpleasant cherry. You should imagine what its effect will be on a family exile. Oké. Eerst... Nee, kunnen we nog altijd niet aan. Een tweede. Nog niet. Het is niet ergens... een luciferdoosje dat ik had. Dat was niet geel. Het was toch wel zoals ik eerst had. We zijn er nog niet.
Your investigation ends here. Leave now, or suffer Elizabeth's fate.
Finally met Edward's ghost face to face. Oh man. He won't let me pass to the precipice where Elizabeth died, or more precisely is about to. Okay. Edward's hate was so strong that even that couldn't stop him from seeking revenge. However, I keep thinking if Maxwell and McGrace brought this upon themselves for a reason. Edward's hate is so strong, even in death couldn't stop him, and his vengeance fell on the McGrace descendants. Eerst.
kept a diary since I met the ghost. Once I realized he wanted me to kill Elizabeth, I felt it was my duty to uncover his identity and stop him.
Thank you, Aunt Gray. Now you know the truth. At last, we have a chance to defeat Edward. We may even be able to change the course of events. This is part of our family amulet. It should protect you from Edward.
I think I have uncovered what I have uncovered proved the ghost's existence and exonerate James and Catherine. Die moet hier gezet worden. Good boy. Dat is allebei hierin. Wacht. Die twee gaan bij elkaar, die twee gaan bij elkaar. Dus dan is het zo. Ew. Het amulet. mis nog altijd 3 collectibles, hè? Of zou dat de bonus game zijn? Nee, dat is ergens anders. Toch juist.
While the claim of a killer ghost is unprecedented at best, it's evidence to this court that Elizabeth McGray is indeed alive. Therefore, James McGray, you are hereby found not guilty.
Dat is ook wel een leuke verandering. En hier zijn we ook meer en meer aan het zien van ze is. Alleen mensen weten dat ze speciale krachten heeft. En dat ze die voor het goede gebruikt. En dat het geen reset is. Want dat vind ik ook goed. Je maakt geen paradoxen. Je laat mensen weten van, kijk, we hebben iets in het verleden veranderd. En nu, op dit moment, totdat het verleden verandert. En nee, je maakt wel een paradox. Je maakt juist een paradox. Oh nee, je maakt juist paradoxen. Het is als mensen het niet meer herinneren, dan is het geen paradox meer. Nee, want dan is het ook nog niet gebeurd. Nu is het wel gebeurd, maar je hebt in het verleden iets veranderd waardoor het niet gebeurd is. Dus je hebt 2 verhaallijnen. Een verhaallijn waar het niet gebeurd is. Alhoewel, nee, ze kunnen het oplossen door de multiverse. Ik ben het moeilijk aan het maken. Nee, ze kunnen het wel gebruiken als een multiverse. Dus eigenlijk... Nee, want dan klopt het nog altijd niet, want dan gebeurt het met die eerste universe. Het tweede universe bestaat alleen maar omdat het nog niet gebeurt. Ja. Ja, 2 multiverses die 1 worden. Maar ja, dan heeft iedereen 2 herinneringen. Van de originele en van de nieuwe. Ik weet het niet. De mechanics erachter... Als je er te hard over nadenkt, is het niet goed meer. Dan begint je te hard te twijfelen. Wat? En dat mocht je niet doen, want het is maar spel. Wel heel zoute soep. Zo lekker. En het zijn ook kipballetjes. Dus het is iets gezonder dan normale balletjes. Nou, dan begint het weer opnieuw. Bonus content. Meteen aan de bonus chapter.
Dear Aunt Gray, again, let me express how grateful we are for all that you've done. I hate to ask for more help, but I believe James may be in grave danger. I'll explain everything once you arrive. Auntie, it's good to see you. This will sound strange, but an amulet has been cursing us. Whoever touches it supposedly gets eternal luck. But if you lose it, the opposite happens. You saw what it did to me after I lost it. Well, James found it next, but now he's lost it. The castle is locked, and I haven't been able to contact him. I'm afraid something has happened to him.
Oei. The McGrays need help again. The letter I received didn't make much sense, but after speaking with Elizabeth, I understood. James was in danger because of cursed amulet. At first it brings luck, but if it's lost, and it always is eventually, it steals back the luck it bestowed. Okay. The mouse fire.
Something strange has been happening. It's like I'm cursed with bad luck. Elizabeth seems to think it's because I lost that amulet, but if that's true, what can I do? Maybe you'll find some information about it in the workshop.
Okay, that was this bonus game. Catherine Maxwell is a dear friend and relative of the McRae's. James, Elizabeth, and Catherine grew up together and were devoted to each other. In spite of familial tension, they remained loyal. It seems speculation on the amulet is correct. James discovered a similar amulet and lost it. He mentioned some documents about it might be in the workroom. Ik dacht al workshop te zeggen. This is it. No one knows where this amulet came from, but it's usually found by the owners of the castle. Now I know what this ominous amulet looks like. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Giet. Thank you. Berg moet hier. Ah nee, dat gaat niet. House amulet. Hey, Macarena. Fish. Nou, het is flamingo dat we nodig hebben. Oké. I came across this amulet, and the next day I found the will which put me in charge of all my parents' fortune. Sometime later I lost it and got knocked down off a cliff. Grey Chronicles. According to the notes of our generic history, I found out that the curse of these amulet connected with our family for a long time. I've gathered here what I have learned. For many years, Silver was a lucky businessman, but in the course of 1 week he lost all his fortune and died in a fire at Blackrock Castle. Silver's daughter wasn't an outstanding beauty. He married her off in a loveless union to a noble family, the Maxwells. Yet by the time she expected the first child, the couple had found peace and happiness. Unfortunately, she died in childbirth. The man called himself a hunter, but in reality he was clumsy, slow, and particularly unlucky. Yet one day Arthur suddenly became a crack shot, hitting all targets, until one day he was actually accidentally shot and killed his huntsman, and not longer passed as well. Alex was a compulsive gambler, but after the birth of his daughter he gave it up for a while, so the family found it strange that he suddenly started gambling again and winning huge sums. Anyway, a few weeks later he lost his luck, his money, and was shot dead in an alley. Zo toe? Zo naartoe. Okay, die. Tamam. I managed to find Silver McGray Tammit's notes. Our ancestor owned the amulet, and I believe he knew the way to destroy this dangerous. Denk niet. Oh yeah. Sorry, het duurde te lang. Nee. Wonderful. I have the amulet with all the added benefits and drawbacks. I need to get destroyed.
Oh no! You shouldn't have touched it. I've searched the library for a way to destroy it, but the only person who knew how was Silver McGray. Perhaps you could use your ability to return to the past and ask him. This should unlock his diary.
Elizabeth said that Silver McGray, the first owner of the amulet, had discovered how to destroy this damn thing. I just need Silver's paint picture, and I will go into the distant past. Makes sense. Yeah. It's hard, but I eventually found the recipe for the poison that should destroy the cursed amulet. I need 5 ingredients: flower of dead witch potion, oil of dragon poisonous fruit, dogberries. I was growing this bush for a long time. Its fruits are extremely poisonous and they're finally ripe. According to Silver's note, I need to collect 5 ingredients. One for the first ingredient is the flower of death. It was hard to get it, but it's in my hands and makes me very happy. Managed to find the first ingredient, flower of death, very quickly. Where did Silver find this? Oké, ik heb het nog altijd vast. Nou, ik heb het vandaag. Elizabeth McRae is James' sister, a young man who conquered her troubles with honor and decency. They say the all brought from far lands can even light something non-burning. They'll need extreme measures to destroy the cursed amulet. Ah, wacht. Snap hem niet. The city which sold me this poison, and I decided to not ask what it's made of. Anyway, I would use anything to destroy. City which sold me. I kan echt niet meer lezen. Hè. This potion, and I decided not to ask what it's made of. Anyway, I should use anything to destroy the poison. The amulet. I found the witch infusion too. I don't even know what it consists of and or where it came from. What's more important, it's here. Oké. Ja, de volgende deur krijgt ook open. James McGray is a great young man who always honors the memory of his late parents. James protects his sister Elizabeth and helps her with anything. Ik vind het altijd dat het een dolly is. The sun altar is the best place to destroy the amulet. I need all the ingredients, recipe, and probably some more dishes. Dog berries are one more ingredient on my list. I need them to destroy them. Dragon oil, what a name, but in reality it's just some good explosive mixture. I had a little difficulty trying to get, but I succeeded. Alright. Nou, toch er bijna 3 uren mee bezig. Dat is voor de beloftemende. It's a fruit of some unknown tree. I think I should be very careful with it because it's very poisonous. Het lijkt zo'n beetje op dat tango-fruit. Dat zou wel redelijk goed moeten zijn. Ah, het recept. Weg. I found the recipe. What good luck, but I have no time to lose. I should make the mixture soon. Ik heb hem nog altijd vast. I picked up the dog berries. The recipe says they're crucial, and I also found a place where I can store the amulet. It looks like luck smells on me. Shut up. Cool. Wat mis ik nog? Oké, hier zo. Berries. Snor. Ik hou mijn dog. Kom aan.
You did it! Now the McGrays and Maxwells can finally live in peace. It's all thanks to you, Aunt Gray. We're eternally grateful. Once the amulet was destroyed, the curse that had haunted the McGray family lifted at last. Silver McGray not only survived the fire, but lived long enough to see his great-grandchildren. His daughter Martha Maxwell had once been barren, but then she had a healthy girl, softening her husband's heart. Their daughter grew into a kind woman who loved to make people smile. Arthur Maxwell's destiny completely changed. He did not kill the huntsman and lived a long life, becoming very wealthy. Alex Maxwell had once been addicted to gambling, but then he got a second chance. Now he only plays casually at the parties he attends, with his daughter Catherine.
Dan heb ik wel spijt dat ik de laatste dingen niet heb gepakt. Maar ja. Ik ga er wel even mijn dingen wegsteken. Dan gaan we zien wat er nog allemaal van qua bonus is. Want ik weet, er gaan nog bonus zijn. Als er terug zo'n House of Mirrors zijn... ik weet het niet. We zullen wel zien. Dan kom ik toch wel bijna tegen de 4. Allee, als het nog zo'n House of Mirrors is, hè, bedoel ik. Dan zal ik tegen de 4 uur speeltijd zitten. Dat was met die andere ook, hè. De vorige. Dat was ook 4 uur speeltijd. Toen dacht ik van, oh ja, we gaan het lukken. Nee. 4 uur speeltijd. Oh. Ja, we moeten die dingen nog eens doen. We gaan ook nog eens even bij de collectibles allemaal eens even lezen. Bonus content. Nou, dat is het screensaver. Wacht. Huh? Ah, hier. Ik had al even schrik. Silver McGray, this ancestor of the McGray family, was obsessed with money and gained his wealth by fraud and deception. Austin Gray, Silver's McGray's son, Austin was infamous for his short temper. He once tried to hit a maid by spilling his cup of tea. Silver McGray's daughter, Martha, was forced to marry against her will and didn't love her husband. She never got on well with her mother-in-law and lived in constant anxiety. After a particular heated argument, she had a heart attack. Arthur McGray, Austin's McGray's son Arthur was a well-known hunter. One outing, he actually shot his huntsman who died later. Charles married a lovely girl who couldn't give him an heir. One day Charles brought home a small boy and told his wife that he was his son by another woman. Charles' bastard son was known for his severe cynical character. Many scandals were buried or ignored, and he was eventually driven out of the family. William always wanted to draw, but unfortunately his dream never came true. The boy had no artistic talent. When William grew up, he claimed other people's work as his own, trying to create the image of a great artist. Gregory Maxwell was ambitious and vain, and always believed the end justified the means, but overall he was a kind and forgiving person. Alex, a gambler, put his family on the verge of destruction through debts. The birth of a daughter helped him abandon the habit. Molly Maxwell was always a good-looking and charming woman, but the features set her on the wrong path, and she ran away with a married man. Catherine Maxwell is a dear friend and relative of the McGrays. James, Elizabeth, and Catherine grew up together and were devoted to each other. In spite of familial tensions, they remained loyal. Elizabeth McGray is James' sister, a young woman who conquered her troubles with honor and decency. James McGray is a great young man who always honors the memory of his late parents. James protects his sister Elizabeth and helps her with anything. Both the McGrays and Maxwells descend from the same ancestor, Silver McGray. By the end of his life, Silver had managed to gather considerable wealth, though many suspected it was achieved through foul play. His daughter Martha married into the Maxwells, while his son Arthur continued the direct family line. These two siblings always got along on friendly terms. The Maxwells even moved close to Black Rock Castle, the ancestral home of the McGrays, visiting often. There were hardly any arguments between the families. Splitting the property was uncharacteristic of the McGrays. even though they took excellent care of their finance, one of the few good traits inherited from Silver McGray. As many families before and after them, McGrays and Maxwells had their own skeletons in the closet and tried to keep them secret from anyone and everybody. One day, the friendship between the two families was in big danger because of what Edward Maxwell did. They said he tried to kill his cousin. Both families took considerable effort to forget this incident. Nothing is known for sure about the event. Maxwells and McGrays went on living and tried to preserve the good relationship. They kept on friendly terms and their children grew together. Elizabeth, James, and Catherine were growing together. Parents didn't tell about their blood relationship. They only found out the truth from the tapestry they discovered in the secret room. Since that day, the three kids were inseparable, were like siblings. Elizabeth's murder became a heavy blow for both McGrays and Maxwells. James and Catherine, accused of their sister's murder, only worried about finding the real murderer. Surely McGrays and Maxwells weren't saints and could bring disaster on the families with their behavior. In any way, children are paying for their father's sins. After Elizabeth was rescued, she realized the fact that at first she had luck and then she lost it was no accident. She remembered about the mysterious amulet and tried to discover its story. Elizabeth did not manage to learn its origin, but she was right to think the amulet was cursed. It It really brought luck, and then the owner was bound to lose it, and afterwards he had to pay the price for the luck he once had. Now, what is left to do is to destroy the cursed amulet, or someone else might suffer from it. And my Grace will finally find their peace and quiet. Oké, dus dit was Grim Tales 6, The Vengeance. We weten nu ook meer, dus vanaf nu kan ik altijd we spelen als Anna. Terwijl dat we het officieel pas binnen 2 games weten. Maar ik ben blij dat ik het toch even heb opgezocht voor rust, ook in mijn hoofd. Dus dat is een heel family line. Dus John Grey heeft niks te maken met deze Grey family line. Oh, dat hadden ze echt niet mogen doen. Die ook Grey laten noemen. Alhoewel, ik denk niet dat ze verwacht hadden dat het zo'n groot succes zou zijn. De eerste Grim Tales. In hun ogen waarschijnlijk. Want ja, 26 games maken over 1 familie. Over 1 persoon in een familie. Met daar rond allemaal andere familieleden die van alles voorkrijgen. Ja. Maar ja. Ik zou zeggen, ik zie jullie de volgende keer. Ik geloof dat dat iets met color is. Ik weet, Steam heeft dat niet. Dus ik ga op zoek naar een andere versie dat ik kan spelen. Maar dat gaat voor de Twitchers nog even duren, voor de YouTubers. Gelijk krijgt het allemaal na elkaar. Geen zorgen. Maar voorlopig zeg ik tot de volgende. Bye bye.